The On Your Side investigators first broke this story online. Brent Solomon has been digging through the audit and joins us now live. And Brent, how did this first come to light?
Carla, according to the Office of the Inspector General, there was an anonymous tip back in April, and it claimed that Selena Cuffy Glenn urged one of her subordinates to hire a relative and then influence the salary of her own daughter, who was hired just this year as a senior administrative aide with the city. Go ahead, take a look at what I've uncovered today. 6 employees with the city of Richmond who all have family ties to the city's chief administrative officer. Her daughter, Alexis Glenn, hired in March, making $26 an hour in the Department of Public Utilities. Officials in the city's Human Resources Department noted that pay rate seemed to be higher than the rate of others in similar positions. The CAO's husband is a deputy with the Richmond Sheriff's Office, a position he's held since 2016, months after the CAO was appointed to her position in 2015. We should note the Sheriff's Office does not directly report to city administration. Also, there's a nephew or niece hired in January making $70,000 a year in the Department of Public Works. The audit also reveals 2 cousins of the CAO hired in February and April in the finance department, one making $18, the other making $20 an hour. And finally, a spouse of one of the CAO's cousins, also hired in March, making nearly $55,000 in the city's Department of Public Works. I took all of this to City Councilwoman Kimberly Gray.
Whether or not their relative gets any form of favoritism, it is the perception of favoritism and the perception that if I'm supervising someone's close relative, that I won't be able to apply the same rules to that individual as I would others. It's not just unfair to the other employees and the supervisors, but it's unfair to the relative to a degree, because no matter how qualified or good they are, they can never overcome the stigma of they're there because of who their relative is.
Loss of jobs.
Those who conducted the audit said Cuffy Glenn told them she was not aware her daughter was hired until she received that offer of employment. That goes against that anonymous tip that she claimed she urged the hire. Auditors also say she told them that although she really didn't want her daughter working for the city because of the, quote, scrutiny, she says she informed the mayor right after the employment offer was accepted back in March. Now, another concern that's surfacing as a result of all of this is the fact that some of these employees were brought on as provisional employees, and that means in some cases the position was never advertised. Other people may not have had the opportunity to apply, and sources say that happened in at least one case here. Also, tonight the mayor is responding. Go ahead and take a look at your screen. You'll see that the mayor says the conduct detailed in this report erodes the public trust and violates the spirit of good governance. He says his confidence in the CAO to continue to serve in her role has been diminished. I've learned that the Office of the Commonwealth's Attorney has been made aware of these findings to determine whether or not there's any criminal consequences here. Meantime, the mayor has appointed an official from the city's finance department to now take over as the interim chief administrative officer. We'll continue to follow all of this for you. For now, we're live outside of City Hall. For the On Your Side investigators, Brent Solomon, back to you.